Good evening. This is Tracy with the Southern Tennessee Mom. It's been a long time, and I want to say hello to everyone. I hope I want to give you a big shout out. I hope you have been doing well. Today we're going to do some werewolf ears, and the lady I work with, she's actually my boss. She sent this tutorial to me. It's very detailed. It's pretty awesome. It's laid out step by step how to do this, and I hope I do it justice. She did entrust me to do this, um, but she's very good. I mean, on anything I've seen her make, whether it's clothes or these ears or whatever, she's an awesome seamstress. She can make really good money at it. But anyhow, um, I just wanted to give a big shout out and explain to you what we're doing. Um, like I said, this is very detailed. On the last page, she did put a disclaimer in there, so giving you the right to make these, sell these, whatever you want to do with them. I thought that was pretty thoughtful of her. These are the supplies that you're going to need. Now, in her um, list of items that you need for this project, she's got, she used a quick glue. It's QWIK. And I could not find it anywhere, not even on Amazon. So I went to Dollar Tree, and I have used this before. It's really good glue, but it's Aleene's Tacky glue, and I think it's perfect for this project. It gives you time to move the fur if you need to, or adjust it. But it has a really good adhesive to it also. You could use the E6000 on it. This is really good glue. Like I said, I got this at the Dollar Tree. And so $1.25, you can't beat that. Then I also got this Aleene's glue stick from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to use that to adhere the templates that she has in her tutorial to a piece of black cardstock that I already had on hand. But I got the mini clothespins at the Dollar Tree. Now, she had a metal clamps, like for sewing or whatever, in hers, but I thought these would work perfect. I couldn't find the metal clamps, but I like these, so they clip right on there, and it's just going to give it a tight fit, so it has a good strong hold for the adhesive to take hold of the ear. Excuse me. You're going to need a good pair of scissors so you can cut your fur. Now, I got the fur. I chose brown. There's many colors that you can choose. I would choose the hair color closest to your fur. So if your hair is blonde, I would choose a blonder one. But I chose the brown. But it is 62 inches long, and I thought it worked perfect for this project. I got that off of Amazon. I can link that below along with where I got the ears. They are fairy ears, and I got those off of Amazon also. I can put that in the description box below, along with the tutorial that I'm going to list down there also. But here are the fairy ears. Oh, they're so cute. But they're silicone, so they're going to adjust what you need them to. It's pretty awesome. But here is the template that she made, and you can see it's already outlined for you. It's a size that you need for the ears, so you can cut them out. And I'm going to glue them with the glue stick on a piece of black cardstock, like I said. And then later on, I'm going to laminate that those patterns out, so that way if I want to do them in the future, it's not going to mess up or tear up. I'll have them on hand. And here I am showing you a red marker I chose for mine, because I do have black cardstock, so I need something that was going to leave an outline, and the red marker done a pretty good job, so I was able to cut out the design. As you can see here, I already cut the templates out, and you'll also have those, the templates, in the tutorial that I'm going to link down, that she gave me, that I printed out. But these are pretty awesome. These are very detailed patterns for you to use. They will just lay right onto the cardstock, and so you can trace them and cut them out. But they're very detailed. Let me show you here. One is the right, and it's marked the right, but on the other one's marked left. All right, she's got little slits here, so you can cut the fabric if you need to, because the ear, it is rounded at the top, so you could have a really good adhesive. But I did not have to do that with mine. But if you need to, you could cut the slits in it. It's already there, so you know where to cut, and that way you have a really good hold. But make sure you glue down every little piece. And also there's an arrow on there that reminds you to cut with the grain of the fabric, not against it, just like you would a piece of wood. Okay, I have outlined my ear, so now I'm going to cut my templates out, and so you can see I'm going to take the Aleene's glue stick, which I was very impressed with. It has really good hold, like immediately grabs it. And there was no pulling it off. I've never used this one, but I was very impressed with it. But after you get the glue on there, to put a generous amount and just lay your template on top of it, and see how it grabs it just like immediately. So make sure you're placing it where you want it before you use this glue, because it will grab it. But it makes a really good template. It makes it harder. So the reason why the cardstock is, I think, it needed, because it makes it stiffer, so you're not just working with a piece of paper that's going to rip. It's a little bit harder to rip it with the cardstock. But later on, I am going to laminate that, like I said earlier, and that way I can use it in the future, and I don't have to worry about it tearing. If I did not mention it earlier, my boss's website is craftycoder at outlook.com, but she also has a TikTok for Crafty Coder, and the stuff that she has on there is pretty interesting. I think you need to give her a look and see what she's got on there, because there's some pretty interesting things that she makes on there. But her name is Karen Marshall, and I thought this was a very fun project to do, and I was very impressed. First of all, I want to apologize. I didn't realize it till after I had already shot and completed them, and went back to edit the video, and I realized I'd done some of that off of camera. Apologize. It's been a while since I made a video, so please excuse me, but y'all are smart. You got this. But anyhow, I'm going to take the fur. Mine is a little bit not as wide as the one that she used, but I just kept moving around till I made it work. As you can see her here on the side of the screen, I am just attempting to move around, and I finally get it, and I get it cut out. So, but you want to pull off any loose hairs. That's once you cut it, you'll see what I'm talking about. But there's going to be loose hairs. Just pull them off, just kind of smooth the material, the fur, to the center. And anything that's left over, I just put it aside. We'll use it later, and you'll see what I'm talking about when we get to that step. But yeah, as you can see how I'm just smooth it. I'm just finger combing it to the center of the ear. Okay, so if you feel like you need the notches, by all means cut the notches out that she has it on her template. Just make sure you glue all the pieces down really well. Mine, I didn't feel like I needed to. Mine just kind of laid on there perfect, so I was pleased with it. So I didn't feel like I had to do the notches, so I didn't take that step. But here you see me just fitting it to the ear without the glue on there yet. Now I'm gonna get my glue. I had to open it, cut the top of it off, but I'm gonna take my glue and I'm putting some on the edge of the ear. And I'm putting a janitor amount, but I'm not putting too much so it doesn't seep over the sides, just enough to hear the fur to the ear. Then I'm gonna fit it to the edge of the ear. I don't really overlap mine on this side too much, just kind of right there at the edge of the ear. And once I get that all down, then I'm gonna take my small little clothespins and I'm gonna start just putting them all down the side of the ear. Also, make sure you don't glue your fur on the ear tips. Now, once you get the clothespins on it, that's what it will look like on one side. And so now I'm going to lift up the the fur off the ear so I can start adding more glue and then glue it down as I go. And when you get the glue on it, you might just keep combing your hair to the center of the ear. That way it will keep your fur, smooth. But you can't see me do it, but I'm adding a zigzag pattern with the glue along the center of the ear, so I can add the fur to it. Now, once you get all the glue on there and you got the fur down, before I put the clothespins on the other side, it's time to give it a trim, because the fur kind of was too much hanging over on the edge, so I went ahead and trimmed the fur. Once I put on the last couple clothespins, you can see it's all around it. The clothespins are. Now, this glue will take about 30 minutes to an hour for it to completely dry. So I'm going to set that over to the side and I'll get started on the second ear. Okay, one thing I want to mention, because I made a mistake and cut it backwards and had to redo it. So, remember, you're cutting on the back side. When you do the right ear, you're fine to leave the template right side up and cut it like that. But when you do the left, you want to flip it to where the pattern is laying down on the back side of the ear. That is the one I cut out backwards. So flip your pattern over and cut it out that way, and then we flip it. That will be for the left side. Okay, both ears have dried for an hour, so I already removed the clothespins off of one, and I went an extra step, and I'll show you on the other ear what I done. But I put some fur around the edges so you didn't see the raw edges, and now I'm going to remove the clothespins off of this one. and then I'll show you what I mean. Okay, remember to smooth your fur down again to the center. That's what I'm doing right here. And I'm just removing any stragglers that are loose. You're going to have a few. See the raw edges on this one? They're very visible, but this other one here, you can see I put the fur around the edges of it. And what I did was I just layered it around both sides of the ear. Just added a little glue and took some flat nose tweezers and just place it on there. But I'll use my fingers too to kind of hold it in place. You don't have to use the tweezers. You won't be as messy as I was. Now I'm going to take my tweezers and I'm going to get some fur, and I want to just pull a small little piece off to where choose the one that you like. I chose one that wasn't fuzzy or something like that, but choose the best one that you like to put around the sides of the ear. And once you get that, then I take a little bit of glue, put down and put it along the edge of the ear. And then kind of press it down. And you want it, I use my fingers a lot, so I got glue all over me. But then what I did was I lifted up the tail end of that piece I just did and put another one down over it. So it was a layered look, and I've done that all the way around the ear. I didn't do it on the ear pieces that's going to go around your ear. I'll stop there. I got both ears finished, and as you can see, it's more of a finished look. Now I did add some hair right there in the center. As you can see, that I think that just makes it look more natural. And when you put the ear on, you don't see all the exposed ear. To me, it just looks better, but that's me. I did add that. Okay, here we go. I've got the ears on, displaying them, and as you can see, the fur that I chose for this actually matches my hair color pretty well. You can see that middle part where I put some fur right there. I think it just makes it more natural, and it just, to me, it looks better.